Hey, it's April Dunn with April Dunn Real Estate. If you're planning to buy your first home, you may be overwhelmed with the amount of loan options available to you, but don't worry. I've done the research for you and I've outlined the top loans that you need to consider as a first-time home buyer. So let's get started. My first pick is the FHA loan. This government-backed loan allows you to qualify for a mortgage at a lower credit score and with less money as a down payment. Sounds like a win for most first-time home buyers. So some of the pros to using the FHA loan are that lower down payment. With an FHA loan, you would only need 3.5% as a down payment to qualify for this home. Now, keep in mind that doesn't include closing costs, which could be another 3 to 5% of your purchase. In addition to a lower down payment, the FHA loan is also a lot easier to qualify for. There are lower credit requirements when it comes to your credit score, and they are more lenient when it comes to your debt to income ratio. You're like, April, what are you talking about? What's a debt to income ratio? How do I calculate mine? Well, I will link my debt to income ratio video up here so that you can check it out. Now, with any loan type, there's always going to be some cons because you are taking out a loan. You're borrowing money. It's not going to be free, and that's just how it is. So with the FHA loan, some of the cons are mortgage insurance. It's going to be on that loan type for the life of the loan. So what mortgage insurance is, it's an additional insurance that your lender would charge you monthly, that you pay each month on your mortgage, and mortgage insurance is paid for the lender. It's protection for the lender. So when you're getting an FHA loan and the lender is taking a little bit more risk because they're allowing you to only put 3.5% down, they require you to have this mortgage insurance and pay it to them every single month. Now, this mortgage insurance doesn't protect you. It protects the bank in the event that you were to default on the loan. So with FHA loans, mortgage insurance just comes with it. It's just a piece of the pie. If you get an FHA loan, you're going to have mortgage insurance. In addition to the mortgage insurance, another potential con is that the FHA loans do have lower borrowing limits than something like a conventional loan. So you may not be able to get as high of a total loan if you were in a very expensive area. Now, with the FHA loan, there are also very strict property requirements. This comes to play when you get an appraisal. The appraiser is going to go out for the bank and justify the value of the home. Now, with the FHA loan, there are pretty strict requirements that the house must meet. For example, it has to be livable. There has to be sheetrock on the walls. The kitchen has to have certain appliances in it, like a range. It can't be unfinished in any way. It definitely has to be livable and has to have like central air and heat, for example. So there are some additional requirements that the home would have to meet, so long as you think that you could just move in and it's pretty ready to go. It will probably pass with an FHA. Now, my second recommendation is the USDA Rural Development Loan. Now, y'all know I love this one. The USDA loan is less known overall, but can be a very, very useful option for first-time home buyers. It's available to borrowers in rural areas, or certain areas outside of the city limits may also qualify as well, and it offers 100% financing. So if you were buying in a rural area and you were having a hard time coming up with your down payment and enough money to cover your closing costs, the USDA loan could be a great option for you because it's almost like having down payment assistance built into your loan, since they are 100% financing it for you. Now, With this, there are some pros, of course, and no down payment. So even if you do have money saved up, since they are 100% financing, you could use that money for something else. Maybe you want to repaint the house, for example. Additionally, with certain USDA loan programs, you may be able to get a lower interest rate than you may experience with an FHA loan. Or even with a conventional loan. So the USDA loan also has no mortgage insurance. So that is a differentiator between it and the FHA. Now, there are no set credit score requirements when it comes to the USDA Rural Development Loan. However, if you were going the guaranteed route and you were getting this USD loan through a lender in your area, they will give you set credit score requirements, and that's because they are the ones who are allowing you to get the loan you're getting through them. It is guaranteed by USDA, but it is coming to you through a different lender. So they have the right to impose their own credit score requirements at that time. Now, some of the cons are that the USDA loan does have a very strict income limit. A big differentiator between the USDA loan and the FHA loan and the conventional loan is that the USDA loan is going to use the entire income of the household for qualifying purposes. So let's say that the maximum income for a household of 4 people is $105,000 in that area that you're trying to buy. They're going to use everyone who makes income in that household, group it all together, and we're going to say that it needs to be under whatever that threshold is in your area. Now, this is different because usually on loans, we would only see the income of the actual applicants considered, but USDA doesn't care about whose name is actually on the application. If they're going to be living in the house, they will consider their income. Additionally, with this loan type, we talked about how it is for rural areas or areas outside of the city limit. So there aren't location restrictions to where you can buy it. Now, there's another way to get this loan. It's the direct way. The direct way is through USDA directly. And with going that route, you may be able to get the lower interest rate. It's for very low income borrowers, and depending on if you decide to go that route, there could be some funding availability issues there. It could be a longer processing time as well. So just kind of watch out for that. Okay. Now, the third best option is a conventional loan. Of course, one of the big pros here is that there are higher loan limits. You're not restricted to only buying in certain threshold when you use the conventional loan. Another big perk here is that there is no mortgage insurance. Now, this is only true if you come with at least a 20% down payment. So if you are a first-time home buyer, but you are very financially savvy, you're a good spender, or maybe you have some money that you've invested in stocks and things like that you could pull out for the down payment, and you want to put down that 20%, it definitely is financially advantageous to do so and go the conventional route, because you will have a lower monthly payment because you don't have mortgage insurance. Now, with a conventional loan, there are often flexible terms. So you can go the fixed rate route where you have the same interest rate for 15 to 30 years, and it's very easy to budget for. Or you can also get an adjustable rate mortgage. Of course, there are different terms of duration when it comes to the conventional loans as well. All right. So now there are some cons. A conventional loan typically does require a higher down payment. Additionally, there are going to be stricter credit and income requirements in order to qualify for the conventional loan. You know who you are. If you are a budget savvy money saver, you've got good to excellent credit, you're probably going to see the most advantages with a conventional loan, because conventional loans will reward you for being very financially secure and financially savvy. Now, If you decide to go the conventional loan route, just know that there are options to put less than 20% down. In some cases, you can put down 3%, you can put down 5 or 10% down. Anytime you have a down payment less than 20% though, you will have private mortgage insurance, PMI. Now, the differentiator here is that even if you go the conventional route and you have mortgage insurance because you put, let's say, 10% down, once you hit 20% equity or 80% loan to value, you can have that PMI drop off your loan and your monthly payment will come down. So it's not on the loan for the entire life of the loan, which differs from the FHA loan. Ooh, that was a lot of loans. I said like loans 4 times in that sentence. So with any of these loan options that I mentioned, or really any loan out there, the pros and cons differ depending on your situation and your financial goals. Because of this, it is always a good idea to consult with a lender to determine what the best loan option is to suit your unique needs. So if you're thinking to yourself and you're like, April, I know this, I've watched your videos, I'm ready to get started, great. In the description of this video, you will see a link to schedule a free 30-minute pre-approval consultation call with my team of mortgage experts. If you are ready to start the home buying process, this is your first step. So click that link and get it scheduled. Any additional questions about the best loan for buying a home, let me know in the comments below. You can also find my contact information in the description. All right. So I'm April Dunn, Georgia Realtor, with videos to help guide and educate everyday people into making solid real estate decisions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.